Thank you. Hi everyone, my name is Blessing Thomas Benjamin. I hope most of us have part-time jobs in Canada that pays around 13 to 14 CAD per hour. Just a thought, what would you do if you had a dollar and 90 cents? People from developing regions earn less than that. And we are talking about approximately 736 million people of this whole world. I know it's a shocking fact. The Sustainable Development Goals are United Nations global plan to end extreme poverty, reduce inequality, and protect the environment by 2030. My SDG topic is End Poverty in all its forms everywhere. The main goal of this program is to eradicate the poverty from the entire globe by 2030. According to the United Nations, extreme poverty rates have been steadily declining since 1990 until COVID struck us. Concern Worldwide is an organization that primarily focuses on poverty alleviation. It is Ireland's largest aid and humanitarian organization founded in 1968. By focusing on livelihood, they implement several programs in the world's poorest areas, such as climate smart agriculture techniques, technical skills training, and small business support. In 2019 alone, they improved food security and livelihood of 600,000 people. They believe that poor public health and nutritional deficiencies are the root causes of poverty. Their health and nutrition program will reach over 9 million people by 2020. Education is the key to eradicating poverty and improving health, nutrition, income, and opportunities for all children. They have assisted 200,000 children and invested 5 million euros in various programs to provide proper education. COVID 19 is currently the most pressing issue, and as a result, global poverty is increasing. To summarize, hunger is the worst feeling that no living being should ever experience. The United Nations has established SDG goal number 1 as a part of its efforts to reduce extreme poverty. Concern Worldwide is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping vulnerable people all around the world. That's all about my SDG 1 topic. Thank you for listening. Have a good day. Over to you.
Hi, my name is Lafrit Singh. I'm from India and I'm going to talk about Sustainable Development Goals. My topic for today is End Hunger, Achieve Food Security, and Improve Nutrition and Promote Sustainable Agriculture, which is SDGs goal number 2. So, in September 2015, all the members states of the United Nations adopted 17 goals, the Sustainable Development Goals, aiming to address social, economic, and environmental challenges. By bringing together both developed and developing countries, these SDGs are a roadmap for the health of people and the planet. The timeline for achieving the goal is 2030, which is 10 years away. So, in Canada, there's one company which is called Food Secure Canada, who is pan-Canadian alliance of organizations and individuals working together to advance food securities and food sovereignty through three interlocking goals, that is zero hunger, health, safe food, and sustainable food system. So how we can approve this? Aligning the food policies with SDGs target and indicators. So what we can do, we can advocate those policies who are in the food movement, aligning all the major policies, and by implementing them in timely manner can be a game changer and will be very beneficial for the future generation. And communities also should put their way, they can also lead their way. So across Canada, individual and organization are leading their way to work towards zero hunger, good health, and well-being, the responsible consumption and the production and climate action. So what are the challenges which are facing now? COVID-19 is magnifying the structural inequalities in food system, the insufficiency of our social production program, and the challenges with the dominant food supply chain in Canada and globally. So to sum up with, I would like to say we should all work together to meet the SDGs roadmap goal for this planet, and we should contribute each bit of us so to improve the life in our planet. Thank you so much.
Hey, my name is Subham Patel. My topic is ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. First, let's define what SDG stand. SDG means Sustainable Development Goal. The SDG have been created by United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development in Rio de Janeiro in 2015. The motive is set to goal fight against the pressing environmental, political, and monitoring situation happening throughout our world. Now let's talk about the third goal of SDG. The goal is ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all ages. The- this goal has 13 targets and 28 indicators to measure success, and I am about to explain 3 points. First, let's talk about water quality. Poor sanitation and infected water connected to the transmission to illness inflicting many diseases. Because of polluted water, each year 361,000 children die because of diarrhea associated with poor sanitation and infected water. Air pollution is now the biggest environmental hazard, accounting for greater than 6 million deaths every year for heart disease, diabetes, and lungs related disease. Barrier to gaining access to fitness offering can result in health problem outcomes of low health care get entry to encompass head control of disease. Improve burden because of preventable sickness and disability this lead to premature death. There are several organizations and companies that are helping SDG achieving their goal like Nike, JetBlue, Lego, Discovery Channel and much more. So basically SDG 3 aspire to make certain fitness and health for all, inclusive of formidable dedication to stop the epidemic communicable disease through 2030.
The greatest threat to our planet is the belief that somebody else will save it. This is Amin Kotiwala, and today I am going to present you with the knowledge regarding sustainable development and development goals that have been proposed by the United Nations in the year of 2015, which are supposed to be and targeted to be achieved by the year 2030. Now, you must be thinking what sustainability is, right? In the simplest way, sustainability is the state of using current available resources in the moderation and not exploiting them while keeping the needs of future generations in consideration. Today, we are going to discuss the fourth SDG, which is goal of quality education. The quality education goal aims to ensure that all the girls and boys around the world have access to a free, equitable, and high quality primary and secondary education that leads to relevant and effective learning outcomes. This involves offering equal access to those with disabilities and giving them equal opportunity, as well as for the women interested in technical and vocational educations. In the year 2014, All Can Code, situated in Athens, was created. The startup was created for both children and adults, and it allowed learning how to code and gain professional skills. The initiative started by All Can Code intended them to achieve the goals that are: first of all Can Code is providing novel education models and solutions for targeted and mobile accessible manner in today's environment, proving that education does not have to be given through traditional institutions. And secondly, it is also making efforts to move towards the online-based and hassle-free learning by arranging online workshops for the prospective learners. To conclude, it can be seen that All Can Code is taking strong steps and moving towards the achievement of Goal 4 that is adopted by the United Nations. Thank you.
How important is it for us to recognize and celebrate our heroes and sheroes? Maya A. Hello everyone, I'm Reshma Panikar. Today I'll discuss the fifth SDG, which is to achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. Before we get into the topic, let us first define SDGs. SDGs, or Sustainable Development Goals, are a set of goals aimed at creating a better and more sustainable future for all. The United Nations General Assembly established it in 2015 with the goals of completing it by 2030. The GAP, which was founded in 1969, is one such organization that focuses on gender equality. It is the largest specialty retailer in the United States, as well as the third largest in the terms of total international locations. Initially, there were several problems with the organization, such as compensation issues, proper working conditions, child labor, and sexual harassment of women. Later in 2014, Gap Inc. became the first Fortune 500 company to declare that employees are paid equally for identical labor, with 73% of the workforce being female. Gap Inc. was also named to the Bloomberg Gender Equality Index in 2020 for the third year in a row for gender transparency and support of women's rights, with over 800,000 women and girls completing the program. The Gap Inc. PACE, that is Personal Advancement and Career Enhancement Program, empowers women and skills and confidence to advance at work and at home. CAP intends to assist small girls in the United States and Canada by providing educational programs and mentoring to support their mental development. Companies such as Gap Inc., which previously struggled with employees' right and safety, are now focusing more on gender equality and women empowerment, educating and mentoring women and girls for the betterment of nations. Thanks to the United Nations SDGs. This was only possible with the assistance of SDGs led by UN. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Gurvinder Kaur. I will discuss the sixth goal of the Sustainable Development of the United Nations, that is clean water and sanitation. Sustainable Development Goal goes beyond drinking water, hygiene and sanitation to address the quality and sustainability of the water resources which are critical for the survival of the people and the planet. The 2030 Agenda recognizes the centrality of the water resources for sustainable development and the vital roles improved drinking water, sanitation and hygiene play in progress in other areas including health, education and poverty reduction. 8 targets and 11 indicators are defined in this goal. The most critical goal is to build access to safe and accessible drinking water. This can be occur if we improve water quality by reducing pollution and dumping, elimination and minimizing the release of hazardous chemicals and minerals, and considerably increasing recycle and safe reuse worldwide. The Water Foundation at the University of the North Carolina was set up in 2010 as a platform to discuss the water difficulties. Its main goal to provide water secured world through experimentations, specified developments and strategy changes. The foundation has significant commitment to achieve the desired goals related to this goal, to assess drinking water and hygiene services, improved water assets on the board by expanding wastewater treatment. To conclude, it can be said as protecting and reviewing the water ecosystem is essential to meet the targets and indicators of the sixth goal of the sustainable development. Everyone needs to do their part, like government, academic and research institutions, bilateral and multilateral institutions. Thank you.
The world will not be destroyed by those who do evil, but by those who watch them without doing anything. These are the words of Albert Einstein. Good day everyone, I am Arshayan Joy and I'll be presenting the United Nations, the 7th Sustainable Development Goal that aims to ensure access to modern, renewable, reliable and sustainable energy for all the people around the world. Studies suggest that 13% of the world's total population has no access to modern electricity. There are a great percent of people from my own country India who are still using wood and coal to heat their homes and to cook their food. There are a great number of organizations who are constantly working to ensure affordable energy for all the people. Today, I'll be discussing about such an organization which is founded by Dorothy M. Wolf, which is named Wolf Energy. There are many projects by this company such as Sunnyside Solar and Grow Solar that are designed to provide and ensure energy for all the people by giving them education on sustainable practices. These projects also help these people to reduce their cost of energy by promoting solar projects. With her project Sunnyside Solar, she was able to provide energy for 5,000 homes in Houston. This company works for the betterment of the environment by making them greener, safer, and a better one. There are many organizations such as Wolf Energy that are working constantly to make our environment better and safer. So let us work together to make our environment better. Let me conclude with the words of Mahatma Gandhi. If you want to change the world, start with yourself. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sujay Krishna, and today I'm going to be presenting number 8 of the Sustainable Development Goals, which states promote, sustain, inclusive and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all. To start off with some facts about the impact of coronavirus on the global economy, forecast estimates a loss of 5.6% GDP or gross domestic product per capita in 2021. To put that into perspective, global GDP was estimated at about 87 trillion US dollars in 2019. So a loss of 5.6% amounts to 4.5 trillion US dollars in lost economic output. Now we are going to be looking at Walmart's commitment to achieving Goal 8 of the SDGs. In 2013, Walmart launched the Empowering Women Together initiative to promote small women-owned businesses around the world. Through this initiative, Walmart sourced more than $20 billion from women-owned businesses for products and services for its worldwide operation. The Empowering Women Together initiative gives women businesses an opportunity to sell their goods to millions of Walmart.com and retail store customers, a market that otherwise might be out of their reach. Their online platform Walmart.com and their physical retail stores now offer over 300 products from 28 small women-owned businesses from multiple countries such as Nepal, Tanzania and Kenya, thus promoting economic growth as well as more job opportunities in those countries. By 2017, Walmart had trained over 1 million women across the globe to access new markets and enhance their career opportunities. Now is the time for the world to heal by promoting sustained and inclusive economic growth, decent employment, and good working standards for all in order to overcome the global crisis caused by the pandemic. Thank you.
Hi, I am Palak Arora. Today I am discussing about the SDG 9. SDG 9 focuses on infrastructure building, comprehensive sustainable industrialization and creating innovations. We all know that SDG or Sustainable Development Goal is a universal agenda of putting an end to poverty, ensure prosperity and bringing safety to planet by 2030. This script will demonstrate how Hyundai is engaged in achieving the goal 9. I hope the discussion will help you understand the development goal 9. There are some practical changes in implementing SDG 9 by 2030, like lack of basic infrastructure, dynamic changes of the world economy. So here I will discuss how Hyundai Motor is engaged or confronted the challenges. Hyundai has been taken support from local companies to face the lack of basic infrastructure challenges. Many international companies have supported Hyundai Motors to arrange more funds and solve infrastructure problem by 2030. Hyundai Motors have emphasized fast adaptation, reactions with speedy and dynamic changes of the world. Investment in research and the betterment of the technologies is a reaction of the present situation. Electric vehicle, hydrogen fuel cells, transportations are the results of the investment. The pandemic made a serious challenge for business. How Hyundai Motors had collaborated with United Nations Development Program, which helped the company to understand the changes of the world during the pandemic. So now we know Hyundai Motors company has taken partnership and investment with research on technologies for confronting the challenges regarding implementing SDG 9 by 2030. Thank you.
Hello all, my name is Dhruv Jikkar. I will be talking about the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal of reducing inequality within and among countries. Income inequalities means that when the income is distributed unevenly between individual groups, countries, etc. Inequality happens in different ways. For example, monetary, sex, race, social disparity, and various types of discrimination. Income inequality can be reduced by decreasing the incomes of the rich or increasing the income of the poor. To reduce inequality within and among countries, the UN established Sustainable Development Goal 10 in 2015. It is also known as SDG 10 or Goal 10. it targets to reduce income inequality, which they are targeting to achieve by 2030. Progress in reducing inequalities within and among countries has been mixed. Therefore, progress towards the target will be measured by indicators. The annual report of SDG 10 is monitored by Secretary General of United Nations. Many organizations working at achieving SDG 10, including IMF, International Money Fund, OECD, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, WEF, World Economic Forum, UN, United Nations. I would further like to talk about the efforts UN is planning to achieve the SDG 10. They are adopting policies, especially fiscal, wage and social protection policies, and progressively achieving greater equality. To improve the regulation and monitoring of global financial markets and institutions and strengthen the implementation of such regulations, they are ensuring enhanced representation and voice for developing countries in decision making in global international economic and financial institutions in order to deliver more effective, credible and accountable and legitimate institution.
Hi everyone, I'm Kamal Parker. I'm going to speak on the United Nations Sustainable Goal number 11, which is to make cities and human settlement inclusive, safe, resilient and sustainable. This means providing safe and affordable housing, transport system, etc., safeguarding the culture and natural heritage of the country, reducing the adverse effect of natural disasters and environmental impact of cities. Hilton Hotel is one of the largest companies in the world that working towards all the SDGs by launching Travel with Purpose 2030 goals. They aim to cut down the environmental footprint by half and double their investment in social impact by 2030. With regards to goals, Hilton is supporting sustainable travel and tourism to preserve local culture and natural heritage. Hilton Effect Foundation has raised more than $32 million for disaster relief since 2014. To help communities around the world, Hilton also invests resilience against natural disasters. It has reduced use of disposable plastics to reduce the plastic pollution. It is actively working to reduce waste across all its operations. The challenge for Hilton is to ensure accuracy of reporting and monitoring of its activity through transparency and public availability of its information from each properties. It needs to be sincere in its devotion towards the SDG in order to benefit the company and the community. In conclusion, we can say that the Hilton Hotel is taking stronger steps to support goal number 11 and all its SDG adopted by the UN. They need to actively respond to the challenges in order to be successful in their business as well as their contribution to the world. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Adira from Confederation College, a student of International Business Management. Today I am going to present one of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal, which is responsible consumption and production. In simple terms, this means that people should promote resource and energy efficiency by generating more by using less and recyclable materials as much as possible. This goal is concerned with water, food and energy. In accordance with the research conducted and collection of information, the extraction of raw materials based on the consumption demand has been increased by 12.7 million tons and 13% of food has been lost in the supply chain. In relation with this goal, Nike developed the Nike Fly leather, which is a form of leather which can be easily recyclable. It requires less water and low carbon footprint. One of the major challenges of this industry was that it includes a highly tremendous process of supply chain management system, and it requires a lot of consumption and it has high pressure on the carbon footprint. However, they have surpassed this target due to the reduction of dye used in the process by saving millions of liters of fresh water using color dry technology. In addition to this, they have transformed scrap material into premium quality material and they plan to increase it by 100% in the near future. This brand has truly been successful in its sustainability mission and I really have high hopes about what this company is going to implement and achieve in the near future. The deeds and investment of this company towards the ways to improve sustainability clearly shows how this company is looking forward into the future by minimizing its dependence on contrived elements. This is a prime example set to show how sustainability can be achieved without a compromise in customer satisfaction and the performance of the company as well. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Priscilla Omori and I am a student of Confederation College. And today I will be talking about the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 13, which is climate action. Now, if you ask the average individual out there to name 5 sustainable development goals, 80% of them are sure to mention climate action or climate change. Why? Because there's a lot of publicity and awareness surrounding goal number 13. There are also a huge number of organizations out there who are doing everything within their power to ensure that people are aware of goal number 13 and how it affects our environment. Now, one of such organizations is All for Echo. All for Echo is the Stockholm's founder institute that identifies as a not-for-profit organization. And what are they trying to do? They are trying to encourage people to make small changes to their day-to-day lifestyle that would eventually result in huge change that will be of benefit to the environment and the climate. How are they doing this? By creating applications that are fun. They are trying to make climate action fun for everybody, trying to make sure that the small changes we have to make are fun. Do you understand that people can be very resistant to change, and they know that people might not be willing to make huge changes to their lifestyle? But by incorporating tips and suggestions and rewards into games and application, they're encouraging people to make small changes that would eventually be beneficial for the environment when it's all put together. But that's not the only thing they're doing. They are also carrying out community social responsibility within their immediate community by encouraging people to recycle, to do everything that is good for the environment in small ways, but that would eventually result in a huge change. I hope you take this as an opportunity to also make your own little changes that will be good for the environment. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Saksan Munsi. I talk about the conservation and sustainability and Okan sees marine resource of the sustainable development. The sea and the fishes support the economic, social, environment need to global population. They are the largest ecosystem in the world. With about the 1 million species, more than 3 billion people depend on the marine life for their livelihood. However, acidification has increased by 26% of the industrial revolution. Okan face the information marine nutrition pollution, resource depletion and the climate change, all of which are the caused primarily by human action. In order to combat this issue, promotes Okan sustainability, innovative solution that prevent the mitigate detrimental impact to the marine environment are the essential. World leader must also work to the protect and marine species support and the people who depend on the Okans when it be implement in resources. Some example of the business and solution. First, contribution to the development of waste management technology, the minimize the use of clean water. Second, improve the resource efficiency by generating value from waste. Third point, protect coastal area and the support from small scale fishermen. About the Mark company. Mark company is an American pharmaceutical company and one of the largest in the world. The drug company has a headquarters in the Kellinwood, New Jersey. Mark company has operate in more than 140 countries worldwide, and outside of Canada, Mark is known as a Mark shop. Contribution of the Mark company. Mark support the Okan marines and marine resource of the suitable development. Mark work with the NGO staff to raise awareness about the water pollution and safe drinking water. And their education committee and students in nearby school about the importance of the river protection. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
My name is Olubusola Omudiji. I'm a student of Confederation College and I'm here to talk about the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 15, which is life on land. So many organizations are into this particular SDG, but my choice of company is Ibedola. Ibedola is a global energy leader who specializes in producing wind power. It is one of the world's biggest electricity utilities in terms of market capitalization. Ibedola has brought the energy transition forward to 2 decades to combat climate change and provide a clean, reliable and smart business models. The company Ibedola is committed to achieving zero net loss of biodiversity by 2030. The company promotes sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystems in all the countries that it operates, thereby directly contributing to achieving the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 15, which is life on land. SDG 15 seeks to protect, restore, and promote the sustainable management of forests and also halt biodiversity loss. The company takes biodiversity conservation into account when planning and developing all its actions. Almost 31% of the world's surface is covered with forest, while forests provide humans with the essential elements like air, food, and water, which is needed for survival. Humankind cuts down 30 million hectares of forest each year, and Ibedola promotes the planting of 20 million trees by 2030. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Elizabeth. Now we are going to focus on SDG 16, Peace, Justice and Strong Institutions. This particular SDG was developed and organized in the year of 2015 by United Nations General Assembly, hopefully initiated to gain by the year of 2030. In details, SDG 16 mainly focuses to abolish the conflicts and insecurities and limited access to freedom, rights and justice, which arise as a main threat to sustainable development of each living societies. Moving forward to the content, Reporters Without Borders is one such strong non-governmental organization which works for SDG 16. In brief, let me explain you that they work to protect journalists and ensure their safety. Equal rights and freedom to share and promote information is the prime motto for this organization. The entire community of RSF works to promote worldwide for international and national legislation freedom of information and protection of journalists. RSF was formed in the year of 1985, still successfully working by providing daily updates on all threats that raised against the journalists and media community. I would also like to highlight that they provide orientation and digital training to budding journalists by ensuring physical security. They have initiated campaigns to promote more awareness in public in order to help them with more safe and secure working environment. Let me take you to some important actions. In the year of 2017, they opened up a center for women journalists in Afghanistan. Jamal Khashoggi, a Saudi journalist who was murdered, and as a homage turning off the Eiffel Tower lights. Considering and providing special training to bloggers and journalists in Syria. In the year of 2014, initiating a collateral freedom which provides access to 22 sites which have been locked and censored by creating mirror sites, nations like Iran, Saudi Arabia, China and Vietnam. Special grants were permitted to access by journalists who are high risk, like need of refugee and protection. Thus, RSF is an organization which developed under the Sustainable Development Goal 16 to promote smooth functioning and working of journalists and freedom access information for everyone in this world. So on that note, let me conclude, life has always been challenging to everyone who lives in this particular era of world, but no longer people are in the cages of ignorance. Thank you and you have a great day.
Hello, do you know the importance of global partnership in order to create a sustainable environment? If not, fasten your seatbelts, I'm gonna take you to a ride. Here we are going to focus on strengthening the implementation and ensuring the effectiveness of global partnership. Welcome to the understanding of goal number 17. My name is Nirav and I'm gonna present the implementation of SDG goal number 17. The goal is majorly focused on helping to bring the entire world together in a global effort to achieve the remaining 16 goals. In order to support this goal, Founder Institute came up with an idea. They have organized a competition where they have the name of the competition is Pitch for Purpose. In this competition, they have invited the entrepreneurs from different sections and they've got together and they have decided a prize for this competition. The prize for this competition is to share a working hours with the global leaders in the office. Isn't it amazing? This competition entirely focuses on racial awareness, clean energy, food, wealth creation, governance, democracy, schooling, healthcare. So these all goals are in accordance with the goal number 17. But the biggest challenge for this organization is they are not able to create the awareness of this competition worldwide. And if they can work on this particular thing, they will be able to create wonders. The way Laura Amando won the competition last year, we can definitely win against the global challenges. Finally, there are enough development going around the world to make this society more sustainable. Thank you for viewing.
My name is Samriti Dabgotra and I'm going to speak on SDG number 2 that consists end hunger, achieve food security and improve nutrition and promote sustainability growth. The goal represents sustainable way to end hunger in its all form by 2030 and to attain food security. The aim of the goal is to ensure that everyone everywhere has enough good quality food to lead a healthy and prosperous life. There are many organizations which work on this SDG number 2, from which I choose the Hunger Project organization, which is a non-profitable charitable organization located in the state of California. The organization is committed to sustainable end of world hunger and constitute many programs in various countries like Asia, Africa and Latin America. The mission of the organization is to end hunger and poverty. There are 3 significant approaches of the Hunger Project organization. Followers are: first one is empowering women as a key change agent. They believe that women are essential element, so they support them in order to end hunger and poverty. Second one is mobilizing communities for self-reliant actions. In that, they provide extra training to men and women both so that they can improve their livelihood. Third one is fostering effective relationship with local government. They believe that local government is closest to the people, so they work with them in order to ensure that they are working effectively. With their experience, they realize the 10 fundamental principles of the Hunger Project are human dignity, empowerment, holistic approach, leverage, decentralization, interconnectedness, social transformative leadership, sustainability, and gender equality. They ensure that each of their strategies work with these principles. In conclusion, the sustainable way for people to move beyond chronic hunger is to implement community lead and women-centered that prioritize self-support and dignity.
Hello, my name is Vijay Suresh Bhatumbi, the International Business Manager. I am from India. I am going to speak about the SDG. SDG is the Sustainable Development Goal, constituting 70 outcomes that make a better future for the world. I am promoting SDG 3, the main to providing good health, medicine, and vaccine worldwide without any side effect by 2030. Good health is the first priority for the human being. The Reliance Foundation work on that. Reliance Foundation main aim to providing advanced medicine assessment of expert to expectable cost. Reliance consultant rural area as well as urban area on the time of quality care to make a healthy India. They focus on high level of economic burden for the patient who cannot afford expensive health care. Reliance Foundation supports some organizations. They work on healthcare by promoting largest equipment expert. Dr. Reliance Foundation main focus is to care of tuberculosis, HIV, malaria patient and saving mother and newborn baby. They recover 93% patient from the tuberculosis by their routine treatment. In follow the RFS providing 2.5 lakhs consultants including 27,000 specialists. Reliance Foundation collaborate with other company like Bill Melinda Gates Foundation Data Trust to create a line to save mothers and newborn children by using modern technology. 64 night replacement, 81 eyes operation where providing it no cost for the poor people. They provide 10 MMU and 3 SMU to help the old and poor patient who cannot reach the hospital or any medicine service across the Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, and Uttar Pradesh. They also organize some event in school and college to education students about the communicable disease and non-communicable disease. The Reliance Foundation research on that health problem and solve problem with modern equipment and at any cost.
Hi everyone, I am Ajmi Rashid. For all the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, I am going to discuss about the fourth and very relevant goal, quality education, which ensures inclusive and equitable education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Quality education is the basic human right of everyone and it will definitely transform the lives of many. Access to education without having any gender inequalities will curve the path for development of a country and its economy. Providing quality education will ensure all the boys and girls in the society will receive fair and standard primary and secondary education for free. Increasing access to education should be set as a major objective to move a country's socio-economic growth and for the eradication of poverty. The prime goal of quality education under SDG is by 2030 ensure that all the girls and boys completely free, equitable and quality primary and secondary education, leading to relevant and goal for effective learning outcomes. The other goals include accessibility to early childhood development, ensure quality and affordable tertiary education to all the men and women, elimination of gender inequalities in education, increasing number of youths having relevant skill in different areas, etc. Procter & Gamble (P&G) initiated a program called Project Hope in order to help and providing many access to education of boys and girls in rural and underdeveloped provinces in China. Under their corporate social responsibility program, P&G constructed and rebuilt more than 200 schools in 28 provinces of China. P&G also worked close with China Youth Program Foundation for the past 15 years to help children in poverty areas to get education and gave $8.9 million to Project Hope. With the goal of providing quality education to all the children in the world by 2030, many organizations and foundations came forward with different initiatives to address UN SDGs. With the focus on this goal, an increase of 84% primary school completion in 2018 and created a surge of quality education of 89% globally over 2030. And we should concentrate more on finding countries challenging to provide quality education like Africa, because education is playing a crucial role towards peaceful, developed and quality society. Thank you.
A man should never hit a woman, not even with a flower. However, in our reality, this code doesn't apply. There's an increase in 31% of domestic violence against women and girls during this pandemic time. Women only account 25% in the national parliament, despite the fact that 70% of our frontline healthcare industry is staffed by women. Hello everyone, my name is Bach Dang, and today I would like to talk about the fifth goal of the Sustainable Development Goals, achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. The United Nations goal over here is to eliminate all the discrimination against women and girls, eliminate all the violence against women and girls, including trafficking and sexual exploitation, as well as appreciate all the values and the works that women and girls have bring it to us. Among all the organizations fighting for this matter, there's an organization called the Womankind Worldwide has stood out with their mission to amplify the women's right via movement to alter their life. They have been collaborating with a lot of local partners to advocate, promote, and protect the women's right in Ethiopia, Uganda, Zimbabwe, and Nepal. They have been successful in providing a shelter house for abusive women and provide legal services, encourage women to take up leadership role, as well as educate women about their rights and know how to claim their rights. But little did you know, in 2015, there are 31 members, women, are murdered just because of their activism. And there are thousands of organizations like this fighting for women's rights out there, and they sacrifice themselves. So we have to let these brave women know that they are not alone, and we are fighting this war together with them.
Hi, my name is Liz, and today I will be sharing to you the United Nations 6th Sustainable Developmental Goal, which is to ensure access to water and sanitation for all. To begin, the Sustainable Developmental Goals of the United Nations aim to transform our world for the better. It is an outline that will enable all of us to have a sustainable future. These goals recognize and intend to address the issues that we are facing today, such as poverty, inequality, climate change, to name a few. One particular issue is the inequitable access to clean drinking water and sanitation. It is still a prevalent problem worldwide, especially in rural areas. 785 million people do not have access to basic water services, and 2 out of 5 people worldwide do not have access to basic hand washing facilities. With the current COVID 19 pandemic, it has emphasized how crucial the availability and access to water, sanitation, and hygiene services are. These services are vital in fighting off the virus. Presently, one company located in India, Watson and Bharatech, hopes to provide water and sanitary solutions to rural communities and urban slums. They manufacture, sell, and distribute affordable and effective non-water filters designed for both families and individuals. Hopefully, universal and equitable access to safe drinking water and adequate sanitation and hygiene services will be attained as soon as possible. After all, these components are fundamental to the realization of all human rights.
Hello everyone, I am Chaitra Jairam Reddy and I will be speaking about Goal 7 of the United Nations Sustainability Development Goals, which is affordable and clean energy. As said by Barack Obama, the nation that leads the clean energy economy will be the nation that leads the global economy. Here rises the question, so what basically is clean energy? It is the power that comes from renewable, zero emission sources that do not pollute atmosphere when used, as well as power saved by energy efficiency measures. Now I am gonna speak about the company Cummins, whose mission is to make lives better by powering a more prosperous world through clean energy. Cummins is an American multinational corporation that designs, manufactures, and distributes engines and power generation products. Cummins sells in approximately 190 countries and territories, having a net income of $2.19 billion. Cummins has almost achieved all its 2020 environmental goals, which are recycling rate of 95%, zero disposable at 30 sites, water intensity reduction of 50%, water neutrality at 15 sites, energy intensity reduction of 32%, increase renewable energy opportunities. Now, Cummins is also working towards their new strategy called Planet 2050, which is focused on addressing climate change and air emissions using natural resources in the most sustainable way and improving communities. It is also focused on reducing the absolute greenhouse gas from facilities and operations by 50% by the end of 2030. Cummins believes use less, use better, and use again is the key to make lives better and create a more prosperous world. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Akshay Patel. I am from India. Let's talk about SDG. SDG is a Sustainable Development Goal. Its motive to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure prosperity for all by the year 2030. It's set up in 2050 by United Nations General Assembly and it consists 70 interlinked global goals for better and sustainable future for the planet. I will be discussing the goal of SDG 8 is to reduce unemployment rate, create decent work with equal pay, and modern slavery, human trafficking, and child labor. I am talking about Microsoft company, how they implement the SDG 8. All over the world, Microsoft partners decide to work on employment and reduce employment ability gap by their skill. In 2019, NGOs from 42 countries and 123 partners decide to educate 50 million people for their job and tomorrow opportunity without profit as a motivator. Artificial intelligence organizes some new opportunity and transfer the employee. This helps the company and the employee. The company has to find new labor on recruiter skill basis, but the company has to provide education and training to the people so they are eligible for the company and they support the employee by their career. By year 2013, Microsoft settled their goal is to 800 million people has to learn new skill and find job. 54% employees have to improve their skill. That's possible by focusing on the work. Microsoft has to prevent all the challenges to invest in resource and gain digital technology to employees achieve their goal. They deliver free computer education and training to improve computer skill and job. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Joseph George and I'll be talking about Goal 9 of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, that is build resilient infrastructure
promote sustainable industrialization, and foster innovation. The goal attempts to address that resilient infrastructure is actually necessary for the country in providing better health, employment, and education. It would also mean that industries would have to function sustainably and be able to accept changes in technology which would improve overall growth. Being an Indian citizen, I have taken the liberty of using the example of the Indian government, who has taken great strides in implementing this goal through all means necessary. The Indian government has realized the need for adopting this sustainable development goal and put forward certain initiatives. All forms of transportation, that is roads, railways, civil aviation, and waterways, are to be expanded rapidly and provide electricity to all towns. Strengthening the manufacturing sector would involve creating more sustainable industries and improve the overall employment situation. Overcoming the digital divide would include several initiatives for enabling the digital empowerment of the society through policies like implementation of Aadhaar, that is a unique identification card by the government, and increasing internet usage and reach through digitization in the country. The last important initiative would involve strengthening capabilities in science, technology, and innovation through scientific research and space exploration, and also the country turning out to be a hotspot for research and development in information technology and electronics. In conclusion, the ninth goal is of paramount importance to a country like India and something that the country should strive to achieve by the year 2030 with interventions like Make in India and Startup India, which are a testament to this. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Corsino Taray Jr. I'm going to speak about the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 10, which is how to reduce inequality within and among countries. Reducing inequalities and ensuring no one is left behind are integral to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. Inequality within and among countries is a persistent cause for concern. Despite some positive signs towards reducing inequality in some dimensions, such as reducing relative income, inequality in some countries and preferential trade status benefiting lower income countries, inequality still persists. Inequalities are also depending for vulnerable population in countries with the weaker health system and those facing existing humanitarian crisis. Refugees and migrants, as well as indigenous people, older persons, people with disabilities, and children are particularly at risk of being left behind. And hate speech targeting vulnerable groups is rising. Ciba Exchange is a Silicon Valley founder Institute for Polio Company and B Corp founded by Anita Piberg. The startup offers a platform using AI and blockchain technology to galvanize global volunteerism by reinventing time banking services for the modern digital economy. Through the localized adoption, this technology-enabled time banking currency can function as a form of proto-UBI, creating new ways to incentivize kind support that are too often undervalued by other economic measures and ultimately creating greater equity and reducing inequalities in the process. In conclusion, we cannot live in a truly developed world without equal opportunities for both countries and their citizens. Equality is at the core of all sustainable development goals, and together we can empower and promote the social, economic, and political inclusions of all people, irrespective of age, sex, disability, race, ethnicity, origin, religion, economic, or other status. Thank you.